Well, welcome back, I suppose. If you saw the last episode, we're following that up now with the second part of the Defector Flashpoint. So, Sumire here objecting to the withheld payment, and yeah, okay. They're insistent we'll receive nothing until the particular individual is dead. Oof. And you're saying the Galadon regulars will succeed where we have failed. Excuse me, sir, we have not failed. Okay. So, our crew is unhappy, so we can do one of a couple of things. Continue the hunt for no additional pay, force him to pay us the work already done, or we can just say screw it. And I'm actually going to go ahead and say we continue the hunt for no additional pay. I don't know if we could just get pay instead, but, you know, this is what I would do if I was there, and that's the point of these sorts of things, so... not that we have a good reputation with House Karita anyway, we are actually technically enemies for being allied to Steiner and Davion. Debating mixing that up though, so well, let's just go for it. Alright, 2 jobs for the price of 1. But I do believe we probably will get good salvage from this, which is the reason why I did it, right? Like, we're going to get good salvage. Well, 2-9, it's not great. Ambush convoy in the Tundra, the Defector, round 2. We're going to be, by the way, fielding the same lance more than likely. That way we can test out that artillery one more time against a convoy ambush. So let's go ahead and get on the drop.
Interface initiated.
Alright, we've touched down. Yet another convoy, hopefully the correct one this time. And... okay. So our target is in one of those transports, which is nice. But we don't know which one. And Chuigaku Kiranaka is saying that he's going to be monitoring us himself, just to make sure that we don't mess up this time. His lance is ready to relieve us. Yeah, because that'll be necessary. So same weather as last time, basically our vision's worse, but our sensor signals are pretty good, which works for me. Seemed to go pretty well for us last time as well. I actually like late visual contact. It prevents them from shooting at us too quickly. So the denial zone is very close. We're going to have to be quite efficient on this one and block them from getting up into that zone. So, alright, I want the Highlander up this hill as quickly as I can. Made a bit of a mistake with positioning there.
Target is within sensor range.
And they're within sensor range, so 70-ton mech, 90-ton mech. But what we're mostly interested in is the convoy itself. So let's go ahead and get on the jump over to the right. We're going to be jumping up on top of this ridge, Super Griffin drawing fire, and getting good visual spotting on them. So we'll reserve, let them come to us if they will anyway. Doesn't look like they will. So the Super Griffin will start hopefully spotting for our artillery. And still no visual contact. That's actually a bit of a problem. We can't do indirect fire at the 90-ton mech. I mean, we can target ground, sure. But it's limited information. It's not exactly making me happy. And I can't even shoot at anything, which is never good. Okay, so we have a vehicle coming up. It could be that they're farther back than I think they are. It's a definite possibility. In which case, let's get the Red Reaper moving around. Still probably not far enough for visuals. Yeah, no, not quite far enough for visuals. Okay, so they've moved 2 vehicles up there. There's 2 mechs up there. What we're going to do is we're going to take the Highlander, and we're going to ask him to target ground. So where can I get a good... So we'll go up here. We're going to go up to activated abilities and attack ground. We do need to make sure that, well, before we do this, that our ammunition is on high explosive, not shape charge, otherwise it won't do anything. And we will... oh, that's a large attack ground. Okay. This might go completely off the rails, but let's give that a shot. I don't want the LRM-20 firing, just the long tom. This might get us nothing, pretty large spread, but it might do something. Let's see. Oh, okay.
Primary target is taking damage.
No. So we heard somebody. Actually don't know... okay, so it was way off to the... well... have no idea where it went, because it was showing me my own mech instead of the target location, but I guess that happens sometimes. Let's go ahead and run up with the Death Strike as well. We'll have to take a look at the state of their armor once they do get into visual range. Which should be... okay, so the archer did take some damage. I do like archers. Just the shoulders that they have there are quite nice. Archer 4M, looks like, yep, double LRM 20, quad medium laser. Pretty standard. There's a Sunder as well, bit of a less common mech. That sounded like some big guns. So we're gonna have to be careful of him. I think the Sunder is a 90 tonner. So that is a 90 ton assault mech. Yeah, LBX AC-20, double PPC. That is quite menacing. And he's moving again on 3, so that was his previous turn of movement right there that we just saw. So the Red Reaper, let's go ahead and get our Lance the defensive formation bonus, and then we'll be moving on the sprints. Right up here, getting out of the way of the Death Strike from shooting behind us. Let's see... okay, decent shot at the archer. Not the best, not the worst. Let's go ahead and take it. Okay, yeah. This guy deals most of his damage with his sword, not anything else. But that Arvikar APC just sensor locked the Red Reaper, so we're in for a world of hurt on this next round. Okay, well, tell you what, let's reserve down to 4. They did 2. That's not great. I was hoping they'd keep moving. The Highlander is going to go up a little bit farther, and now I think we will fire in right at the center of their formation with the Long Tom of the Arkvar. So we do have an FCS Advanced TC here, which means that when we shoot in with just one weapon, we ignore all damage resistance, even on, it seems anyway, the indirect fire from this artillery piece. We're going to be doing a precision strike to hopefully reduce our spread here a little bit. And shooting right for the center of their whole formation. There it is. Very nice hit. The Arvikar took a big shot. A little bit of damage to everything else. Yeah, if we had waited a little bit, we would have gotten better fire, but yeah, I don't like this. This is really going to hurt the Red Reaper a lot more than I had really expected that it might. I'm going to wait with the Super Griffin, because I want to get around behind that Sunder. They're reserving down, trying to not let me do that. But I can still move with the Death Strike and hope that they move the Sunder up. Let's see. It's decent accuracy from both locations. Let's try and take those LRMs off the field, better than nothing. And certainly more persistent damage than the big guns on that Sunder. Yeah, okay. Tagged structure exposed. Working our way through a bit of a chunky mech there, though. It's a little unfortunate. And they did not move this under. So I think, as much as I really don't want to do this, I think the better idea might be to fire in the archer. Reason being, well, we actually have a chance of taking him mostly out of this fight. Get some good hits from the streaks. Yup, that's an arm. I thought that was a torso gone too, but it looks like no. Yep, torso's still intact. Really not the best damage, and those LRMs are still going to be able to open up. On most of the medium lasers going in the Super Griffin. I don't mind that target. 7 evasion pips is pretty nice. We'll be able to shrug that sort of fire off pretty well as long as we keep mobile, which we are making a point of doing. And here comes the Sunder. If he shoots at our Red Reaper, we're going to be in for a world of hurt. He's thinking real hard. Oh, the suspense. What? They had a... oh, they have a Griffin back there. Okay. Oh, there's way more mechs here than I thought there were. Oh, that's not good. That's a Huron. Not familiar super well with that, the loadouts on that thing. Gauss on ER large. Very deadly. Oof, and the Sunder somehow misses. Oh my goodness. We only had 1 evasion pip on the Black Knight, but he managed to get out of the way. So, I mean, okay. Won't see me complaining. The Arvikar is shooting in. Red Reaper somehow dodging way more of this fire than he has any rights to. And we'll have to see what they have moving on 5 to see what the best order for our own mechs will be. The Griffin and the Huron moving on 6 might actually help us. If they keep grouping up like this, we're just going to keep pounding them with artillery turn after turn. And that Super Griffin can draw fire all day, and I will really not be bothered. We might actually get him around behind their lance, start making it so that if they shoot at him, we'll get nice rear angle shots with the Death Strike. So, the thing we have to worry about is this is still an ambush convoy mission, which means our primary targets are those vehicles, and the closer they get to their target zone, the less space we have to play fun games of, trying to get our own men to survive. So let's come up here, let's move across a little bit just to keep some evasion from the trees to the trees, so why not? And I think I want to shoot that archer. It's a nice target right in the center of this cluster of vehicles, and also maybe able to damage the Sunder and the Huron. But we will go in also with Follow the Leader LRM-20s just to really punish anything that we can land. Or is it worth getting the breaching shot? Don't know. Let's go with the FTLs just to see. Oof. Ah, the FTL's missed. That's so sad. Just look at the armor left on that archer. It's paper thin everywhere. 17 left, 17 left, 7 left. Oh, the only thing we haven't heard on there is his cockpit, because I think there are modifiers to avoid artillery damage to cockpits. It'd be a little too easy to core things out. So let's go ahead and pop Phantom, get some better evasion on the Black Knight. And I forgot his move was nearly as good as his sprint. So let's come up here, nice and close to the Sunder to get inside his min range on the Gauss rifles if we can, and try to finish off the archer. Might not be enough. Nope, it's not. LRM-20 destroyed. I'm kind of impressed that thing is still standing. It really shouldn't be, but sometimes it just works out that way, doesn't it? So I'm looking for a spot where we can get a nice rear angle shot, and that looks like it. So we'll jump back here. Can't actually shoot in the back of the Sunder, might be a good idea. Relatively light armor there, but pretty thick internal structure. The Griffin, on the other hand, Griffin rugged, so okay, is even more internal structure, or at least on par. Yeah, on par. So let's look at the relative accuracy. Oh, Griffin's much harder to hit, just from his evasion pips. Let's see if we can score some good damage on this on this assault mech here. Most of the medium lasers, oh, wait, the medium lasers missed and our streaks didn't even open up. That was a waste of an alpha strike in the extreme. Okay, so how to recover from that? We could just try and take out the archer here. It'd be relatively easy, I think, for the death strike to do. We have more than enough firepower for it. I was hoping for a little better. I was hoping to kill one of these APCs, but I think, well, I don't really want to be moving up that far either, because I want this guy to be back well enough. Okay, that's what we'll do. We'll come around here to sprint. Bit of an odd angle to shoot from. It is an obstructed shot here, but it's obstructed by another enemy target, so I really don't care if we hit said obstruction, which we did, actually twice. And we finally score our first kill on this mission, the archer going down, which works for me. And let's see. We do still have... Oh wait, did we kill one of the transports? We might have. I think the artillery might have taken out one of the rear transports. Good, because there are only 3 left. There are also only 3 escorting mechs left. And now those guys are moving up yet again, and this is what I meant. The closer they get, the more they have to become a target priority for us. They're starting to get pretty close. So we can keep pounding them with artillery. It's a little risky for the Death Strike. We might want to move him a little out of the way. But I think the Red Reaper and the Super Griffin, if you can get your streaks to fire anyway, Super Griffin, should probably handle those 3 mechs there in the back. Our tech is better, our pilots are almost certainly better, So let's see what we can do in that regard. Oh wait, who's that? Is that the Griffin? How come you're always taking forever? Oh, that's why. Big jump, rear strike on our Red Reaper. Not a lot of firepower, thankfully. If it had been, we would have been in a spot of trouble. I want their APC, yeah, I want him to move up, that way he's closer in for that artillery strike. And actually, we could reserve all the way down to 3, but I want to see what we can get with the Super Griffin. Oh yeah, that's pretty wonderful. Not great evasion on our part, but absolutely wonderful accuracy. In fact, that Sunder, give me a kill. Yep, that's a kill. XL engine, that's probably why. We probably blew through one of the side torsos, and without a Clan XL, even one is fatal. So, something to always keep in mind. So let's move here to the side. Physical weapon strike on that Griffin. Should knock down his initiative just a little bit. Okay. Yeah, so what I'm hoping for here, by the way, yeah, is to knock his initiative down to 5, which the Black Knight will match on the next turn. So what we can do is, since they'll have already moved their transports, we'll get first go at initiative 5, and I can go ahead and punch him again, which I don't think he'll enjoy all that much. Now we can reserve down to 3, now that's, there's no enemy mech moving on 3 to try and hurt us. And who do we shoot at? Do the Arvar. Large chem, MG array. Arvar has the Arviker. Yeah, the Arviker has the heaviest armor, that's for sure. So let's go ahead and see if we can get something done here. Direct fire, indirect, doesn't really seem to make a difference. I do still want the area of effect to hit those other APCs. Yeah, okay, so a little bit of light damage there. We're too close to our death strike to have him get out of that scot-free, but yeah. Considering we've gone through half the armor on the heaviest remaining APC, that's pretty decent. So we'll take another aim strike, I think again at the Arviker. We'll land most of them, but that is some seriously thick armor. It is finally structure exposed, and somehow, well, I guess the driver is bleeding out? Sure. He lands a medium laser back in the death strike as retaliation. You know what, I don't even begrudge you that one, that's fair. We've been bullying that convoy for long enough. The single medium laser is kind of justified. Let's see what the Huron does. Curious which mech he'll engage, the Super Griffin, or, well, I guess... Yeah, the long-range armament on that is sort of better suited to fire at the death strike, particularly when I have bad evasion. But something that you might not know too well about this is there are some pretty stiff penalties for firing into the woods, especially if your target is heavily into the woods. But even if they're not, even if it's just sort of a slight into 1 or 2 levels of trees. So there'll be lower accuracy for that shot than you might expect. Almost knocked this guy down. Exposed some structure. Oh, yeah, there's the knock. Let's see. Maybe he'll eject. Maybe not. No, doesn't look like it. And I don't want him back up and shooting, so I tell you what. We're going to take the Super Griffin, we're going to jump him right over here. The Huron Warrior is a problem for next round. And let's go ahead and see if we can kill that CT. We won't actually overheat. I don't think it's calculating heat correctly, maybe because of the biome. I'm not entirely sure. It's been happening actually fairly often recently where I'll get a notification of, hey, you're about to overheat, and no, there's no way I'm about to overheat. So we have a couple choices. We can fire in, well, you know what, I don't think we'll really hurt the Death Strike too badly with this, and I don't think really in any danger of structure exposed. So let's go ahead and take a danger close shot in at that J37 with an HE round. We miss wide to the right, almost certainly hurt our Black Knight. Failed to actually kill the Arviker, which was my hope with that. We do expose structure on the Cistern as well. We could stand still and shoot, but I'm a little worried about that Gauss rifle coming in from the Huron. So let's move up to the side and fire in. Just down to 1 shot each of these. I'll feel like a fool if we don't kill him, but we do.
Enemy detected.
Ooh, enemy reinforcements. Always a fun time. I kind of wish I had more HE shells, though. I only have one left on that long tom before we're going to have to start firing direct. Well, that's a Highlander. That's an Orion. That is a Charger, and that is something else I can't see. My Red Reaper does not have very much evasion at all. More importantly, we have rear facings to two of these mechs, two assault mechs, that just decided to hop in right behind us. It's a little unnerving. And we still have two transports to kill, so we can't even give them full firepower quite yet. That's a little worrisome. Red Reaper taking some light fire. Looks like there's a sensor lock as well. Bit of a questionable decision there. At least in my opinion, that Orion probably carries heavy enough guns that a rear strike would have ended really poorly for us. Super Griffin has a ton of evasion. Even then, they shot enough LRMs to at least worry him. Well, not worry, but yeah. Took a little bit of smattering of damage. Huron Warrior moving up still, and we really need to kill these two remaining transports on this turn and the next turn. The Death Strike doing that is a bit of a waste of his firepower, to be frank. And I'm a little concerned for the Red Reaper's position. I'm not really sure how to withdraw from this. And that mech lacks the mobility of something like Super Griffin that can just sort of disengage nice and cleanly. Yep, that's the Orion opening up. That's going to be a fun time. If we can't get the if we can't get the Black Knight some support soon, that will be a problem. So we could activate defensive formation. I'd rather activate Phantom because we need the Red Reaper to stop taking hits as soon as possible. We also need to avoid a bad facing here. So, okay. I guess I can't punch while I do that as well. It's a little weird. Let's see if we can go on the sprints. Can. Okay, that mostly recovers our facing, and we can still do something kind of useful, shooting into the back of the Huron Warrior with enough guns that we should at least make some contact. We do, of course, ignore his cover because of the rear arc. Okay, so a bit of a fighting retreat here. Let's take this Super Griffin as well, jump him down. Maybe finish off the Huron Warrior with this, hopefully, fingers crossed. We have enough firepower just to manage, a matter of if we get the right hit locations with those streaks, and we don't. Regular clan SRM6s probably would have done the job, which is mildly aggravating. Particularly because they would do it for less weight. But again, I can't find them, and if I can't find them, I can't field them. So let's make the Highlander 2C a good target for a turn or two, because, well, he's doing well enough that that shouldn't be a problem. We want direct fire. Do we? Is indirect fire? Okay, I guess indirect fire works pretty well for that. I'm a little surprised, but that's okay. And let's take a look at the armament on that Avatar. Light Gauss, double MRM-20. Basically no chance to hit him, though. Our best chance is going to be on that Highlander. Let's go ahead and take it. He doesn't, well, yeah, no damage resist, so we don't need Breaching Shot. What we can do instead is follow in with something like the FTL, or even Bees to damage his accuracy, but I think we'll go in with the FTL and try to really pound a single hit location. I want an Armgon. So we have two good choices. We can try and go for the CT. If we land the Long Tom in there and we land the LRMs, we have a decent chance of just getting a kill. On the other hand, if we go for the side torso, we still have a decent chance of getting a kill through tunneling, maybe. A lot of armor there, might not have enough for it, but we can certainly take some of his guns off the field. So I think side torso, lower risk, lower reward. Let's go in for it. We do land the shot. FTLs land in the right spot, and that is a kill. So an XL engine on that mech, side torso was all we needed. Wonderful, wonderful direct fire from frickin' Long Tom artillery piece. It's kind of crazy. Super Griffin, those MRMs need to go, because that's doing a lot of damage. I wonder if he has Art 4 ammunition on there. It would make a bit of sense for how much punishment he's able to put out on us. And let's take this convoy down now, so we can get to the more interesting part of this with the Death Strike. A lot of misses, but enough to take down the cistern, so there's only one vehicle left in that convoy. Bit of slow work on that. I mean, again, we can only field 4 on these flashpoints, not full complement of 8. So taking down a convoy of 4, it can take some turns, right? You gotta get through the armor a little bit, and then you have to actually get each one, well, kill each one of them individually oftentimes. That charger, I mean, not a great mech, generally, but quad medium pulse will ignore a lot of my evasion, so if you can bring those online for a couple turns, I will take some pretty heavy hits from that, but I would really rather not do. Some long-range fire going with the Death Strike. I'm kind of regretting the friendly fire that he's taken now, just because some higher damage potential does exist on the board. But to quote one of my favorite movies, this is a fight, we've got ourselves a fight. So that at least is worth something. I think what we do here is we hop up all the way back here. We distract with the Super Griffin, get some wonderful accuracy at some rear arcs on things. Going in after that Avatar just because I don't like those friends that he's fielding. Avatar's dead, so we have some great evasion on the Super Griffin, once again proving the worth of a design considered to be, I guess, not useful in its lore-friendly, if there is such a thing, configuration. I believe it was actually made before the modern rules for mech building, so that's part of why it, well, its allotment of jump jets actually broke the rules, as did its armor. Maybe it's just one or the other, I'm not quite sure. I know it was at least the armor. I think the jump jets too broke the rules in terms of weight per jump jet. Okay, so let's fire in here. We do have a decent chance of killing this thing, even with direct fire. And yep, okay, that's a kill. And now the Death Strike is freed up to take some fire in at those remaining enemies. Only 3 of them. May have exaggerated the evenness of this fight just a little bit, but never underestimate a charger in close combat. They can really mess you up pretty badly. Of course, I think the configuration with MGs is a little bit more terrifying in that regard. Still not something I'd exactly like to tussle with. So we will pop the defensive formation now, and let's go in for a bit of a risky physical weapon strike. Not the best evasion for us. I mean, 3 evasion pips isn't bad, but it won't be enough to dodge those medium pulses well at all. The Huron warrior is down, so this leaves just the 2 mechs over there, the Charger, with that wonderful medium pulse build, and the Orion, which I guess it's a bog standard only 1k. Not exactly fantastic. That was a DFA. Okay, so the Charger goes in for a DFA on our Red Reaper, and that's a left arm destroyed. So we have lost our sword, but nothing else. Should be restorable by default. That piece doesn't exactly exist as a standard armament that we can put something on, much like the hatchet on a hatchet man. And that Charger, yeah, he did more in that single DFA than the entire rest of the Out 4 has done the whole time. So let's punish him for it. Double up the Ultra AC 10s, double up the ER larges, let's fire him. Very nice. Very nice contacts. Looks like a head hit, actually. And I'm kind of surprised we didn't get a knock there. Oh, 1 left on his head. That's almost a pilot kill. That would have been very satisfying. We might be able to get it with the Red Reaper. We fire enough times there. We could hope for a lucky pilot hit. So we want to keep her right side facing. Very nice accuracy here. We did run through a geotherm, so we are going to be running a little bit hot, but let's see what we can do. Yeah, okay, running a tad hot. Let's turn off the ER small. Okay, that's about the most we can manage. No head hit, unfortunately. And also no knock because we didn't fire anything that would knock. So we have 2 choices. We can go in for the only 1k, we can go in for that Charger. Let's go in for the Charger. I want AoE, and we're gonna aim for the head here. Let's see what we can do. Nope. Looks like the leg destroyed off the artillery piece. And that is a knock. Maybe this guy will panic out here now. Nope. Oh yes, yes he did. Okay, he just had to fall first. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. So we'll go over here on the sprint, build a little bit less heat with the sprint than we would with the jump. At least did I press jump? I pressed jump. Oh well. Have it with the Super Griffin. See if we can open up and end this Orion. No, not quite. Pretty heavy armor on the back of him. Does he have rugged? Might have the rugged quirk. No, actually no. We just didn't land as much as I thought we did. That happens sometimes, more often than I'd like to admit, frankly. So, pretty low accuracy coming in from the Death Strike, a relative height difference doing a lot to hurt our accuracy there, along with pretty advanced range. And the Orion does get a chance to shoot again, going in at the Red Reaper, but unable to follow up with anything on our internal structure, so that's fine. We didn't even really lose much in terms of electronics even. At least I don't think we did. So, this turn, I want to see if we can finish you off with Highlander. Just for kicks and giggles. FTL ammunition. Oof. Landed right in the left leg. Immediate left leg destroyed. And I guess I don't mind taking our time on this last guy. He hurt Bomb Squad the man himself, the leader of our entire mercenary company, and that is something for which he must pay. Or so I'm told. So, open up with everything we've got. Give me that CT. I don't need an 91k part. But still no kill. Okay. Pilot, panic eject. Very nice. So that's the full mission. Hang around and we'll see if there is anything like BTA loot cache. Okay. I gotta make sure that Hironaka pays us what he owes. Alright. Shurigaku Hironaka says that we'll discuss our payment presently.
Mission successful.
Alright, so no payout, so we did actually lose 73,000 C-bills from ammunition expenditure, plus more for the refit for the Black Knight, which will be a little bit unpleasant. Made some good reputation with Kurita, though. And very nice kills on the Super Griffin, the Highlander 2C, and Death Strike, the Red Reaper. Really not the best killing machine I've ever had. I mean, I love the mech, but we might end up replacing that sooner rather than later with something a bit more killy. Although, I don't know, I like keeping around a punch bot every once in a while. It's nice against something like convoy missions, but, you know, we have the artillery now for that, which seems to be doing a far better job than getting up there and kicking tanks does. Okay. So, lots of mech salvage, but I only get 2 picks. I'm not quite sure what I want. Prawn Warrior would be pretty fun, I just think they look cool. Let's see, is there any good? No, not really any good. Oh, cargo compartments. Take random stuff. Yeah, let's take random stuff. Cool, we'll have to see what we get. We do get a Highlander piece and a Sunder piece as well. 400 core, very nice. Good money there, but I might keep it just in case we're making something else run really, 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 really fast. Alright, bonus reward. Very nice. This appears to be from the random stuff that we picked up from the convoy. LRM 20, light Gauss, ER medium, double small pulses, mag array. What's that? Interesting. 5% range increase, really not critical. Long time ammunition, quite valuable. I don't have all that many. Thumper ammunition, not bad. Ooh, SRM piercing ammo. Very nice. Okay. And Inferno shells. I actually have been struggling finding Inferno SRM ammunition, so we might put that to good use. Did we not get... Ah, here it is. Oh, plot twist number 2. Okay. Their assessment was correct. Killed the Defector. Alright, job is done. Earned the rewards, very nice. Alright. Models of professional decorum, that we very much are not. And let's see what happens next. Commander made the right decision. We sent battle next after Hiranaka, picking fight with House Kurita. We don't need that kind of heat. Yeah. I didn't realize he wanted us to fight House Kurita. I might have. Oh. We'll see. Alright, here's our bonus reward. Lower arm Kronos. +1 arm accuracy. Arm mounted weapons. Very nice. Punches do 70% more stability damage. Okay, cool. That is just punches, though, not weapon hits, and that's 3 tons. Probably not worth it, in my opinion. Ooh. Oh, BL6BKNT Royal Black Knight piece? Okay. Possibly my favorite Black Knight configuration in the base game, at least, because I think there is one that you pilot during the story. Let's see. Here, of course, there are vastly more Black Knight chassis than just the BL6BKNT and the BL6. Alright, and that's the Flashpoint. Thank you guys for hanging around, and we'll see you again real soon.